Good morning, friends. As we head into the weekend, I'm praying for you that God will begin to make us people who really have as a bullseye in our lives what we're aiming for, what we're focusing on is loving people well, loving others well, loving God well. And as we do that, it challenges every single thing in us. Now, what's interesting to me as I reflect on this, as I was reflecting on this at the beginning of the week, I was thinking about the Apostle John, one of the sons of thunder, one of the ones who wanted to call fire down from heaven on the Samaritans so that the Lord would destroy them because they didn't get the reception that they were wanting to from the Samaritans. And Jesus just said, "This is the mission that we're on. I've come to save lives, not to destroy them." So with that, what I think is interesting is then later on, after many years, John has gone from being one of the sons of thunder, wanting to destroy people, to a long period and a process where he has been worked on and whittled on by Jesus himself, by walking with Jesus, by knowing this God who was in person with him, and then now this God that he's walking with by faith, like you and I, and he is becoming increasingly loving, such that when he writes his gospel, which is one of the very latest things written in the New Testament, and he writes his epistles, that these letters that John writes are just doused with revelations of the love of God, because I think that as John has gone on, he's just realized Jesus talked about this all the time. I just didn't get it. I thought that doing all kinds of things was the most important thing, but love was the most important thing all along. So he writes this in his epistle in chapter 4, no one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God abides in us and his love is made complete. It's brought to fruition. It's brought to full maturity in us. His love is brought to maturity in us. So that's the end game. That is where God is taking you. Yes, knowing some more helps in these things, but the end game, what God is trying to do more than anything else, is to help you become a person that loves like his son loved, who loves generously and overflowingly and warmly and with lots of nuance, and can love in all kinds of different contexts beautifully. So as we grow up into Christ-likeness, please understand that's his end game, that you and I become more and more expressions of the love of Jesus. Not the truth of Jesus, the love of Jesus. It's truth coming through that love. I'm not saying that we become sloppy agape and be all, ooey gooey and syrupy and stuff. That's not the way that Jesus loved. But make no mistake about it, the work of Jesus, every single thing is love. And God is looking to bring in you and I maturity that is love. So that's what, as we go into this weekend, I'll be talking about this more this Sunday, I want to ask you to reflect on this. Lord, would you help me to become a more loving person? Forgiving is going to come from loving. Reconciliation is going to come from loving. Everything is going to come from loving, but loving is going to be difficult. It's going to challenge every single thing in us. So that's where we're going with this. Think about this, reflect on this. Let the Lord begin to get a hold of you with this as you get up every morning to say, Lord, I want to love you well, and I want to love others well. And at the end of the day, you're going to hear a well done, good and faithful servant. I love you. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. God bless you.